I'm not going to put a metric on one specific engagement or not, Humaira. What I will say, though, is that maintaining open lines of communication with the PRC has been a key tenet of our approach as it relates to this very complicated bilateral relationship. You have seen even the Secretary speak about the importance of that, even after his trip was postponed. You saw him talk about the importance of these open lines of communication remaining open and being used as a way to discuss things that are critical and important to the bilateral relationship. And just as the Secretary does when he speaks to his counterparts, the ambassador spoke in his meeting about the areas where our two countries can cooperate, such as addressing the challenge of the climate crisis, such as addressing cooperation when it comes to global health and public health, as well as important opportunities on food security and other things. So our belief is that with the PRC, we want to and intend to keep lines of communication open. We do that through the Secretary, we do that through Assistant Secretary Crittenbrink, we do that through Ambassador Burns, and we do that through a variety of others who are working day in and day out on this issue.
Right, I have a couple of more on this. So there is a specific line from the Chinese side saying, it says that the United States must correct its handling of the Taiwan issue and stop the hollowing out of one China principle. I'm curious, what was Ambassador Burns' response to this, or what's your response to this? I mean, does the United States see that there is anything for it to correct here?
There absolutely isn't, and the ambassador conveyed privately what you've seen myself, the Secretary, and others say publicly and clearly, not just from this podium, but other corners of this administration. There has been no change to our policy with China. There's been no change to our one China policy, which is guided by more than 4 decades of the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 joint communiques, and the 6 assurances. We have been very clear-eyed about that. And we're also going to continue standing with our friends and allies across the Indo-Pacific to advance our shared prosperity and security and values. We do not intend to change the status quo. That has never been the approach that the United States has attempted to take. What I would say is that any diplomatic effort relating to a peace between Russia and Ukraine needs to be undertaken and conducted in close coordination with our Ukrainian partners. We've long felt and long believed that the PRC has an appropriate role they can play, and we also strongly believe that the PRC needs to hear not just from the Russians, but also from our Ukrainian partners. The PRC, for any country that belief that territorial integrity and territorial sovereignty are important values and important principles to be governed by, it is critically important to be in close coordination and to hear from our Ukrainian partners who have been subject to barbaric and unjust and unlawful invasions and attacks since February of 2022.